Hey everyone, and welcome to Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This will not be a platinum walkthrough, as that takes about, depending on how you do it. If you want to backup save, it'll take about maybe 1 to 2 playthroughs. There's specific points where you need to backup save. Absolutely fine. Otherwise, you're looking at about 3 to 4 if you're just doing this normally. I'll walk you through all the points that you need to do and stuff like that, so no worries there. For the moment, we're just going to head into new game. I think I've done like 7 or 8 playthroughs of this game, and the last time I played it was when it just released. So as of this time, probably what, 3, 4 months after release. So a lot of this is blind. I do have some prep going on in the background, but different story. Anyways, when we start, you just want to pick up the item behind you. Couple of things. You've got your circle to dodge. You've got your R1 to light attack, your R2 to heavy attack or charge attack. Obviously, we don't have a weapon now, so that's fine. Holding circle will dodge and then put you into a run. All right. Holding X will just make you run. Now, that's kind of crucial just because in terms of like timing and stuff like that, if you want to run over an item, it'll automatically pick it up. Also comes in handy for grabbing your souls. So, little bit of movement tutorial there. I will be skipping all cutscenes as per usual. Right, so we got our first sword. So you got R1 for a light attack, R2 for a stab attack, or hold R2 for a charge attack. Coming down here. All right, we're going to grab our first item, which is some throwing knives. We'll equip those in a sec, but first we're just going to come over here, tackle these two. Nice. Okay, so as we come down this hill, you'll hear a bird. You'll see this thing flapping up here. You can lock onto it, which is great. Killing these things will get us a feather that randomly boosts an attribute. So I think it's the damage you output, your health, or stamina. One of the three will get randomly boosted. Over here is our quick menu. Okay, so we have our armor types, our pendants, which is just like your buffs, your spells, which is something for a couple of episodes down the track, and your quick item slots. Now, this is something we're going to attach our flying daggers to. If you hold square, you'll see a quick item slot pick up in the bottom right hand corner there. Get used to using this because once you get like the fluidity of that down packed, it's a lot easier to use your items rather than cycling through them with up and down on the D-pad. So make sure you kill the bird. We're going to carry on this way. All right, we have some items over here. And coming down, we have a whole bunch of NPCs and stuff that we want to burn through their dialogue.
Should you have my power? Should you have this temple? Thanks. Should you have you are the if it begin most you may from what now for now.
All right, so he's all done. Coming around here, we're going to ignore the stairs down for the moment. We're actually going to grab this item over here and talk to the guy on the ground.
You're not from, but now, I don't, if you tell her.
All right. Now we're going to go down the stairs. We'll talk to Princess Lady. I don't know if she's a princess.
You're away, yo, but you're the feather with your scales.
All right. Over here is pretty much like your item storage. So if you do forget to pick something up, and it's kind of crucial, it'll be sent here, which is quite cool. Also, it has a whole bunch of like, not just DLC stuff, but like, well, it is pretty much DLC stuff that gets added to the game. So a lot of these weapons weren't available at the base game. They won't count to like your trophy for all your weapons or anything like that. But pretty helpful. If you do have any red mercury, which is like our currency in this game. So we're getting close to the red mercury over here. All right, if you do have any of these, make sure you pick them up and use them. I will be using them to give myself an advantage in our first fight that's coming up, which I'll explain in a few seconds' time. We'll just skip through this dialogue on this guy. Now, a couple of things with dialogue. You'll probably see me enter into the conversation and then skip out like this. That pretty much just means I'll get past that first sentence of dialogue quicker because Now we can skip through that.
I am but don't lose play. I can some thieves from you can find once you retrieve the paper.
Yeah, make sure you skip all of his dialogue.
Once you
Well, not
retrieve
skip,
the
but like, go through all of his dialogue. Whether you skip it or not is entirely up to you. First things first, we're going to come to the left and hear someone talking in the background. That's a random NPC that I have no idea what has anything to do with the game, but that's fine. Come over here, we're going to talk to this tent. Alright, that'll give us a special pill.
I saw the feathers. I've been hurt. You're still kicking.
He'll also give us a special pill. Oh, and we accidentally spoke to her, that's fine. Alright, and these are our shrines. So pretty much if you're familiar with Souls games, then these are our bonfires, alright? Cool, different mechanics that we can do from this though. So, first off, resting at these shrines doesn't reset the world state as such. Alright, you actually have to enter the dream right up top here to be able to do that. For the moment, we have Enter Dream Warehouse, which is just like if you want to store anything, totally up to you. Or Impetus Repository, which is just fancy word for skill points. Alright, skill points are really fun in this game. You can mix and match and respec at will. There's no cost, there's no downside to it. So we're definitely going to take that Red Mercury to get some currency and pop some levels into us. The first thing we really want to do here, like we've got 12 levels we can spend off the bat, so that's great. We're coming over here, we're going to grab Skyborn Call and Swift Resilience. Right, these two will help us out in this particular fight that's coming up. Otherwise, since the sword is pretty much our only option at the moment, given we've got a whole bunch of DLC weapons, some of those weapons can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So the sword is the one we'll stick to. We're just going to grab these two here for strength and vitality. Strength, that one. We're just going to grab as much of these as we can. I think health and stamina, that should be fine. And if you want to rest at the altar, there's no worries. We have a boss fight coming up. This is supposed to be a fight that you can die against, and if it's your first time trying, honestly, you probably will. Once you get it down packed, though, he will give us 5 red mercury, so 5 levels or skill points that we can use towards the journey. I'm going to try my best. I don't... kind of hard at this time of the game, especially because I'm just not that confident with it. But, yeah, I'll try my best to get there. And before we go into the fight too, I'm actually going to put on special pills, which is, that equates to R1. Actually, and you want to come over here before we talk to this guy. We're going to pick up the Steam Bunny Buns, which I might actually put in that spot. There we go. So these will restore health slowly over time. The special pills, same sort of thing, but they cause a status build-up. So we're going to use those as a last resort. Alright. Talk to this dude. You can stand up.
Feeling now, don't believe me, eh? How about I introduce you to someone worthy? Don't call me cruel. You know how it goes. No sweet dreams without crushing a few nightmares first.
Alright. This is quite a fun boss fight. It's just, it's long, because you can only really do 2 or 3 attacks before dodging out. Now, one thing you do want to keep track of, because we got those skill points up in the skill tree, I guess, your second attack with the sword, so 1, 2, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, that's going to give us a feather, right? That's what they call Skyborn Might. If we do a heavy attack, that will use up that Skyborn Might, but it also made it a lot quicker. So you'll notice the speed of it now is a lot slower. So just something to keep in mind when we're fighting this enemy. Try not to get stuck on the invisible walls around us. Easier said than done. Otherwise, this is our one and only shot to get into this guy. So pretty much when he jumps a second time, you want to dodge towards him, 2 hits, and then do an instant dodge, which I got smacked in the face, so it's fine. Alright, he'll do this water thing where you just want to dodge into it. If you can get behind him, smack him with a heavy attack. Honestly, the aim of the game here is just to get behind him and stay aggressive. And also not run out of stamina. Right, if you can keep on him with the heavy attacks too, it's not a bad idea. Into it, behind him. Heavy. Ah. Rude. Alright, singular water spurt. He's going to do a second jump. 1, 2, dodge. Nice. One heavy attack and dodge. Didn't quite work in my favor that time. Second jump? Yeah. Come on, buddy. If he just gets on a roll with his jumping, that's absolutely fine with me. Oh. Took it to the face. You also notice that your perfect dodges, you'll see that pink thing sort of light up. That's you getting Skyborn Might from perfect dodging. You gonna jump? Nope, you're gonna water spurt. Rude. That was a heavy hit. Oh my god, I have like 1 health left, dude. Please don't do this to me. Wonder if I can... Oh, that was the wrong move. That one. I don't know how much corruption this builds up. Oh, quite a bit. Oof. Brutal. If I can just keep on him with those heavies, I should be fine. Oh, you bitch. You gonna jump? Yeah. Second time? Cool. Didn't do the second jump. Oh, it's those invisible walls. Second jump. Yeah. Oh, we might be lucky. I'm not even risking it for this one. I just want him to do something nice. Oh, that water spurt. God damn. Hey, we got lucky. Cool. And 15 minutes into the recording, so didn't take as long as what I thought. But yeah, if you can get that down, that's 5 extra levels that you wouldn't have got otherwise. I'm not entirely sure if there's a trophy connected to that.
Quite the accomplishment.
Alright. So, from here, you can pretty much just spend those points at will. I think... What do we go? We'll go... 1, 2, 3. Open up all of this stuff, because this is pretty much stuff that'll affect us later on. Where are we? We're eventually going to want leech as a needle, so we may as well come over here and add those points to that. All right, we can grab leech when we need to. For the moment, now that that's out the way, this area is going to be populated with enemies. All right, we have a weak dude there. Coming over to the left side, we have an item surrounded by a whole bunch of baskets. I'm gonna grab that. Now, this particular dude here, he can be kind of tough. The aim of the game, especially at the beginning of this game, is to get behind them. Oh my god, why are you so strong? No. Alright, heavy attack behind them and then just stun them. Yeesh. Rude. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me so early. No. Grab the faint red feather. I do feel like I should really return to the shrine and rest before I carry on. Screw it. Let's see if these guys kill us or not. Oh, one more hit and I'm dead. I thought I died just then. Cool. Alright, come over to the bell here. Oh no, we've already picked up that item. Sorry, that was my bad. Now, as you can see, the longsword is great and it's quick, but it's also very, what would you call it? It doesn't stun enemies the way I like in Souls games. So, for that reason, we're actually going to come along here and pick up our first axe, and the axe is going to be what we use for majority of the playthrough. There will be a couple of boss fights here and there that we respec everything into a longsword for, and that is just simply because the longsword works out better for that fight. No. Come along here, you'll notice a little yellow one on the ground there. Pick that up, that's our halberd. Hells yes. Alright, and next time we go to the shrine, we're going to respec all the points we have in the sword into the halberd itself. Now, come on up here, grab this item, and then talk to the young boy.
Hello, did you come? He's so. Don't worry.
Right, in complete honesty, I don't actually know the relevance of him whatsoever. There's a couple of times we can talk to him throughout the game, but he doesn't really push any side quests forward or anything like that. So we'll do it when we can, but as for the relevance, I have no idea. Make sure you talk to this guy here.
Over here. You're home. It's me.
Hey, Uzai.
Are you? You're on.
Forgive me for any pronunciations that I mispronounce. I suck at pronouncing anything on a day-to-day basis. Alright, so he gave us a bamboo lantern, which just means we can see in the dark if we need to. Situational. We have this guy here. Pick up the item on the ground. Alright, we're going to move on forward, and there should be a split. We're going to take the left-hand split. Grab the red mercury sprout. Backtrack and go up. We have a dude over here, and this guy's going to give us our first pendant. Alright, we got the gourd pendant. Reduces damage taken while below a certain HP threshold. You haven't got anything else, so you may as well equip that now. Coming up the pathway here. Alright, we're going to veer off to the left. Grab the Mine Lotus Seed. Now, we won't need any of them at the moment, but definitely help later on down the track. Grab the health pills. Those I'd probably replace. If you want to replace it with those here. Otherwise, this becomes our temperance slot much later on. We'll talk about that later on, way later on. All right, before going anywhere forward, you want to come over here and talk to this lady here. This lady is tied into one of the 4 endings. All right. Make sure you exhaust her dialogue. And then we have a bird over here. For the record, I won't be showing where every bird is, but if I can hear one and see one, I'll grab it. Now, we have this guy here. Oddly enough, in the original game, the original version of the game, this guy wasn't here, he was up further. He was up further with this dude, so there used to be 2 enemies here, now there's only 1. Alright, we're going to make our way to the next shrine. Make sure you grab the item and kick down the ladder. But for the most part, that's pretty much it for this episode. So what we're going to do now is just go over respecking. Worship that. Obviously from here you can teleport. Now, pretty helpful thing if there's ever NPC dialogue to progress, which is quite often, you'll see a little grey version of their face next to the sort of name, like Reverend Temple. It'll have like a few grey different faces and stuff like that. So definitely something to keep your eye on. It is helpful for progressing those quests. Otherwise, we're going to come to the skill tree, because Impetus Repository or something like that is just far too much for me to say. Come over here to the longsword, the blink kick, whatever it is. We are going to press square on that, and that'll reset all the nodes. All right. I'm just going to add these to our axe. And I'm sort of going to be adding these equally. And we have 1 extra point. Nice. Let's go stamina. I feel like the axe could need some love in the stamina department. With leveling up your weapons, so these points here, you can obviously, this has got 3 notches in it, so you can upgrade this 3 times to put it to +3. This will be to +6. There's +9 down the end, and then just 1 singular one for a +10 weapon. All right. This will upgrade all of your axes. So any axe type weapon that you use will all be +3, +4, plus yada yada. Respecking these as you like. So if you want a +6 longsword for a boss fight, by all means, reset the axe, dump all of it into here, get a +6 longsword straight away. So once you get those upgrade mats, they become very helpful there. To the left here is your pretty much like your gourd, your madness, like everything that upgrades your human or your person. Absolutely fine. So you've got your gourd, capacity here, or they call it a mana capacity. Your potency, which is great. 3 points there, 3 points there. You've also got another 3 over here, and so on and so forth. Temperance is a little bit later. I've struck that a couple of times here where I've talked about that, but this will be a little bit later. Probably best to learn about that as we use it. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So, thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I'll see you here next time for more Wuchang.